This is one bag of chips. Although it may not be the healthiest snack, if you eat it, the effect it will have on your body is minimal. Now let's multiply this by 10. Imagine eating 10 of these every day for years. Weight gain is something you can definitely expect, but one thing you wouldn't imagine happening is your eyesight slowly depleting away until all that's left is complete darkness. This is the story of a teenage boy who went blind after eating chips. Since his early teenage years, this young lad had developed an inexplicable aversion to certain textures of food. As a result, his diet became alarmingly limited, consisting mainly of French fries, Pringles, and white bread, occasionally accompanied by a slice of ham or sausage. Concerned about his deteriorating health, the boy's parents took him to see a doctor. At the age of 14, he was diagnosed with a vitamin B12 deficiency and prescribed supplements. Unfortunately, the treatment did not bring about any lasting change, as he failed to adhere to it and continued his poor dietary choices. As the young boy's vision deteriorated, his concerned parents noticed subtle changes in his behavior. They observed him squinting, struggling to read and watch television, and expressing difficulties in recognizing faces. He would frequently injure himself and experience multiple falls, especially during the night. Additionally, his grades suffered, as he found it increasingly challenging to focus on his schoolwork, unable to see clearly what was written on the board or in his books. Alarmed by these signs, they sought medical advice, desperately hoping for a simple solution to their son's diminishing eyesight. Dr. Denise Atan was the main doctor on the case, and she gave deeper insight as to what was truly going on.
Well, I think when the boy initially presented to his GP with tiredness, he was 14 and he'd been following this diet for at least 3 or 4 years. So that in itself is an indication of how long it takes to deplete your normal vitamin stores. And at that stage, he was found to be deficient in vitamin B12. And really, that should have been a red flag to signify, if someone's following a poor diet, has a deficiency in at least one vitamin because of their poor diet, they're very likely to be deficient in other vitamins as well. And there's a huge range of vitamins that are important for visual health. And this particular case was likely to have had...
She went on to explain how the boy's vitamin deficiencies did not just include the B12 vitamins, but also other important vitamins. So although he was getting the supplements for his B12 vitamins, he was still lacking other important vitamins. And not only that, but he was continuously getting worse because his diet also did not change.
B12 replacement actually had lapsed by the time we saw him when he was 17. And at that stage, he had irreversible damage to his optic nerve. So even with vitamin supplements at that stage, the potential for recovery is much more limited.
3 years later, the consequences of his nutritionally deficient diet caught up with him. His vision began to fade, and his desperate parents rushed him to the Bristol Eye Hospital. There, a team of dedicated doctors, led by Dr. Denise Atan, took charge of his case. As they examined him, the shocking truth unfolded before their eyes. The first step involved a thorough examination of the boy's eyes, where specialized equipment was used to assess the structure of his retinas, optic nerves, and overall eye health. Through these meticulous examinations, the doctors gained insight into the extent of the damage caused by his nutritional deficiencies. To delve deeper into the underlying causes, blood samples were taken to analyze the boy's vitamin levels and essential mineral deficiencies. These tests provided crucial information about his severe malnutrition, revealing alarming deficiencies in vitamins such as B12, as well as minerals like copper, selenium, and vitamin D. The findings from these tests painted a vivid picture of the boy's compromised health and confirmed the impact of his poor dietary choices. Tests revealed severe vitamin deficiencies and malnutrition damage. The boy's malnourished body had lost essential minerals from his bones, a distressing revelation for someone so young. The diagnosis shed light on a condition known as nutritional optic neuropathy. Suspecting an underlying condition, they embarked on a diagnostic process to assess the possibility of avoidant restrictive flood intake disorder. To diagnose ARFID, the medical team conducted a thorough evaluation of the boy's eating patterns and behaviors. They interviewed both the boy and his parents, seeking detailed information about his aversions, preferences, and the impact of certain food textures on his ability to consume a balanced diet. These discussions helped uncover the deep-seated aversion he had developed towards certain foods, resulting in an extremely limited and nutritionally deficient diet. In addition to the interviews, the boys also relied on psychological assessments and observations to further understand the boy's relationship with food. They looked for signs of anxiety or distress associated with specific food textures, exploring the psychological factors contributing to his selective eating habits. By combining the insights gathered from these assessments, the doctors were able to make a diagnosis of avoidant restrictive restrictive food intake disorder. This diagnosis shed light on the boy's complex relationship with food, revealing that his aversions were not merely a result of picky eating, but rather a clinically recognized disorder that required specialized intervention. Understanding the underlying condition was crucial in formulating a comprehensive treatment plan that addressed not only the boy's nutritional deficiencies, but also his psychological well-being. The diagnosis served as a starting point for his journey towards recovery, guiding the medical team in providing the necessary support and interventions to help him overcome the challenges posed by ARFID. With the young man's sight hanging by a thread, the doctors swiftly implemented a comprehensive treatment plan. Vitamin supplements were prescribed to replenish his depleted levels, and he was referred to a dietitian and a specialist mental health team. While the physical aspect of his recovery began, the emotional toll of his journey loomed large. Registered as blind, the young man's world was forever altered. Blind spots marred his vision, making everyday tasks like driving, reading, or recognizing faces an insurmountable challenge. Yet with his peripheral vision intact, he could navigate the world around him with cautious steps. Amidst the darkness, a glimmer of hope emerged. Through extensive therapy and support, he gradually adapted to his new reality. The young man learned to rely on his remaining senses, finding solace in the voices of loved ones, the touch of a caring hand, and the sense that defined his world. Slowly but surely, he reclaimed his independence, moving forward with strong determination. Today, his story serves as a cautionary tale. Dr. Atan emphasizes the importance of a balanced diet and the potential harm caused by picky eating habits.
The best advice I can give is to make sure that you have a balanced diet that includes a variety of different vegetables, not just one or two, but a huge range, nuts, seeds, lots of different foods, and then you can guarantee that you'll get the full range of vitamins. Unfortunately, there isn't a single food that can provide you with all the vitamins and minerals that you need, so you do need that variety in your diet.
As we reach the end of this captivating story, there is an important take-home message that resonates beyond the confines of this video. Parents are urged to seek expert help if their children display aversions to certain foods, as the consequences can be devastating. It serves as a gentle reminder to cherish the precious gift of sight and to embrace the nourishment that comes from a varied and balanced diet. Let this story be a catalyst for change, urging us to reevaluate our own eating habits and those of our loved ones. May it encourage open conversations about the significance of nutrition, prompting us to prioritize the well-being of both our bodies and minds. Remember, our choices today shape our health tomorrow. It is never too late to make healthier choices, nourishing both body and soul, and embracing a life where the darkness of poor nutrition is banished by the brilliance of a balanced diet. Goodbye for now, but may the story continue to echo within your thoughts, reminding you of the extraordinary power that lies within each bite and the remarkable resilience of the human spirit. Farewell, and may your own journey be one of health, happiness, and enlightened choices.